Hello, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and welcome to the magical world of Pisces this February. It's a month for dreaming our wildest dreams, thinking, creating, collaborating, communicating, as we have most of our planets in Pisces and Aquarius. It's a time for fantasy, magic, receiving messages from our ancestors, downloads from our dream world, through music, having otherworldly experiences in our day-to-day life. Divine inspiration, past life love can come back into our lives at this time. We can have deep compassion and empathy for others with the desire to take action in changing where we see injustice around us in the world. We do have to watch out for a little bit of overindulgence because there's so much Neptunian dreamy influence here. If something comes to you regarding art, creativity, music, film, writing ideas, ways to help people suffering in the world, oceans, environment, etc., jot them down, as this is no ordinary month, as the veils are thinning between the worlds and we're getting ready for that next round of eclipse activity, which can be felt weeks in advance, with the lunar eclipse in Virgo on March 13th, and then the solar eclipse portal opening up on March 29th in Aries, which can already start to be felt now. The energy for eclipses starts to happen several weeks before the actual eclipse date, and this will be in the Virgo, Pisces, Aries, Libra part of your sky. On January 29th, we just had a lovely new moon in Aquarius at 9 degrees, showing new beginnings unfolding now until August 9th at the Aquarius full moon. That moon was beautifully aspected with a tight trine from Jupiter and Gemini, and also conjunct Mercury and Pluto, albeit the Pluto conjunction is in a wide conjunction. This can be felt the first few days of February, and this happened in your third house of communication, social media, apps, writing, neighborhood, podcasting, vehicles, marketing, business, childhood friends, siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, local travel, day-to-day thoughts, elementary education. And with this trine from Jupiter from the 7th house, you could have a healing new beginning in communication projects, maybe ones that you're initiating, finding a partner in love as Jupiter rules you, but maybe you're working with a partner because Jupiter's sitting in your 7th house. Finding a partner in love or a business agent, working with a serious partner on a communication project, meeting a love interest in your local community at an event or a charity ball, through a social movement meeting. Could be through work because Uranus rules your 3rd house and is aspected at this moon positively in your 6th house of health and work. You can meet while exercising, at a gym, a health store, in your day-to-day travels, just going about your life. You could have healing new beginnings in the way that you communicate, the way that you think, finding your local tribe, maybe through the internet. You could be working on a book and find just the right publisher or agent. You could also, over the next 6 months, move into a new neighborhood or a more communal place, a very Aquarian place, or with Pluto here, maybe a powerful, wealthy area that is quite exclusive. If you do work from home, you can land a lucrative deal that can bring in a nice chunk of money, because I see your 4th house, your 6th, and your 8th house are all lit up in a nice aspect at this time. Both the 6th and the 8th are money houses, but this would have been from your efforts on your behalf, as we're looking at a Mars-Saturn trine here happening at the same time, meaning that effort and time was put into this endeavor. There can also be healing within the family, a positive transformation, better day-to-day experiences within the home or with family members. These are just some of the things that can shake out from this new moon in Aquarius. And again, this energy can carry out for the next 6 months. An aspect that won't occur again all year, or maybe even our lifetime, will be the Venus-Neptune North Node conjunction in Pisces. This aspect will be sextiled by Pluto. Uranus will sextile it. Mars and Cancer will trine, but in a wide aspect. And this happens February 1st to the 9th. It's exact February 1st and 2nd at 27 and 28 degrees of Pisces. In your 4th house of home, family, mothers, motherhood, ancestral roots, patterning, family property, our home, cooking, children, etc. We will get 2 hits of this conjunction because Venus will retrograde in Aries in your 5th house starting March 1st, March 2nd, and we'll go back down to Pisces, and we'll have this conjunction happening again March 28th. Again, anaretic degrees. There are no hard outer planet aspects, and Saturn is in a happy place at this time. It's in a 10-degree conjunction, so it's not really giving any problems. But Saturn is receiving really positive energy from Mars and Cancer, which could mean lending power, drive, longevity, stamina, To accomplish this fourth house dream, maybe securing a new home and a new neighborhood, having new positive beginnings for you or a family member, home renovations that can make your home a more peaceful, stable, happy place, maybe a home office, a new bedroom for one of your children if you have any, I'm just kind of throwing some ideas out there. Happy circumstances for a mother figure in your life, or maybe if it's you're falling pregnant, if that's something that you want, because we do have this long stay of Venus in that fifth house and then retrograding back to the fourth house. Or it can be your child if they're old enough, maybe having children of their own, and this could be happy news between this fourth house and fifth house. But also, again, home beautification projects, new paint colors, new home decor. This can also be a time of deep intimacy with a partner because we do have Venus here and then moving to the fifth house, and Mars is in the eighth house, trining over to Saturn in the fourth. So what that could look like is deep emotional transformation, especially if you and a partner were struggling and engaged in a period of therapy. You can see positive results now and a healing and letting go of problems here. You can have positive transformation within family dynamics as well. If it's none of those things, maybe you're securing a loan from that eighth house area to build a home office to work from home. Because Uranus in your sixth house of work and day-to-day life is involved in a positive way at this time and touching your eighth house and your fourth. So maybe new skills you've developed are changing the type of work that you do, maybe something creative, yet it's at the same time not upsetting the structure of your home life. Maybe you're becoming a mystery writer or astrologer or a therapist who works online, a teacher who teaches courses, and maybe you work from home, or you will be, and this transition is very smooth and makes your day-to-day life easier, home life better, etc. On February 5th, Venus enters Aries, your fifth lucky house of love, luck, children, winning, sports, fame, popularity, theater, lottery wins. It's just a fantastic house. I love the fifth house. It's also ruled by Leo, naturally. You can meet love while you're enjoying yourself, while you're having fun, while you're being involved in film, photography, as Neptune rules film and photography, also any of the visual arts, if you work with these areas. But you could also just be loving the work that you're creating if you're working on a creative project and even earning more money with Venus here, even retrograde. It could be goods for women, candles, skincare, stuff like that. Just remember that Venus goes retrograde on March 1st, so don't make any final decisions in romance or work just yet, as Venus won't be in full power again until May. Venus also rules your sixth house of health, work, and pets, day-to-day living, and your 11th house of luck, windfalls, large networks of people, just to name a few. So these areas can be highlighted as well at this time and over the next few months. On February 12th, we'll have the full moon in Leo at 24 degrees, happening in your ninth house of foreign travel, language, religion, publishing, law, legal settlements, doctors, gurus, teachers. It's the house that you naturally rule. This full moon is a bit tough because we do have Sun and Mercury in your third house of communication, contracts, neighborhood, siblings. The house of Aquarius right here is opposing this moon, and at the same time receiving a hard square from Uranus in the sixth house of health and work. However, for you, it might be a little bit easier than the other signs because Leo trines your sun, moon, or ascendant, and Aquarius sextiles your sun, moon, or ascendant in a positive way. So it could be that the issues that come to light or are revealed at the time of this full moon around these subjects like travel, work, messages that come through. Maybe you had travel plans for work that fell through and you can't go. Alternatively, it can be a friend who needs your support at this time, or maybe it's a sibling. This is, again, felt most for Sag, Sun, Moon, and Rising 20 degrees and up. The sweet spot to focus on is the Pluto-Venus sextile happening in early degrees. Now, this will be early degree Saggies who will feel this most from 0 to 7 or 0 to 8 degrees. And this will be very beautiful for you. This is happening from your third house to your fifth. And this can mean, in spite of this hard moon, there's a secret admirer that comes out into the open. Pluto represents the hidden and is coming from your third of local community. Maybe they've been admiring you from afar. They're within your neighborhood. They send you a message, a DM. I know that sounds creepy, but this is looking positive for you. A direct message, an email, etc. You can also meet them through a friend. They've been maybe secretly, secret admirer. They can be somebody well-known too in your community, or older than you, or in a position of power in your local community. They could also have Scorpio or Aquarius placements. You can meet this intense, transformative, powerful new love through a community event, social movement, or humanitarian philanthropic cause, like a gala or fundraising event, and you lock eyes from across the room and the story begins. This is also a big money aspect, as well, as both Venus and Pluto are money planets. You could be making money from communication, public speaking, something that you created like a podcast through social media like TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, etc. Also focusing on creativity, having fun, or expressing yourself with Venus in this 5th house. And maybe while out having fun, this is when you meet somebody new. On the 23rd of February, Mars goes direct, but not out of shadow until spring. But you can start to slowly and surely feel momentum again in your 8th house of deep intimacy, shared resources, progress with therapy if you had been going through a process with that, jointly held money, working on your taxes, maybe building an occult business like astrology or tarot, or working on a mystery novel, a detective novel, etc. But you can also get forward movement in your 9th Leo house, the house that you naturally rule, of travel, luck, foreign lands, foreign language, good karma, higher education, law, doctors, legal settlements, and also your 5th house of romance can be highlighted here with love and luck and children. And this might explain that 8th house action, because you have Venus spending a long time here in the 5th, and you could be quite intimately active with Mars in that 8th. I'm just saying, Mars does rule the 8th. And Mars also rules your 12th house of bed pleasures, foreign lands, rest and seclusion, to name a few. So, yep, there it is. You can slowly start to see progress in those areas as well. On the 27th, we have the new moon in Pisces at 9 degrees in that 4th house, again highlighting the earlier conjunction that I already talked about. And March 1st through April 12th, we have Venus retrograding in Aries and Pisces. Not out of shadow until May 16th. You could be focused deeply on a romantic partner, your children, or your creative projects if you have any. You could be dusting off old creative projects and reworking them. If an old love relationship comes back, you might be rethinking that relationship. If you have Venus retrograde natally, then it might be a good time to reconnect with that old love if it does show up. Let's see, Venus only retrogrades every 18 months or so it's quite a significant time, and even more so as she spends so much time in your Aries 5th house and your Pisces 4th house with the North Node, Saturn, and Neptune here, which is very extraordinary. So I think even with Venus retrograde, it's not harmful. It will have you just focusing more deeply on these 4th and 5th house areas. But Venus also rules your 6th house of work, health, diet, health practitioners, pets, and people you hire, and your 11th lucky Libra house of windfalls, popularity, large networks, scientific breakthroughs, etc. So there can be a focus in these areas and houses as well. Take care, and we'll see you in March, Sag.